Trey, put that thing away. No one wants to see it.
He's so fucking immature. But anyway, so I pulled her lips apart, and that's when she pissed.
Welcome to the Guys Review, where we review media products and experiences. What the fuck?
That's what I thought.
I thought that if I at least didn't do the countdown, I might. I mean, I got a good solid, 5 seconds before you had to be an asshole?
Yeah.
More like 3.
Yeah.
God bless. My name is Steven. I'm one of your 3 co-hosts today. With me, as usual, are Trey and Tucker. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
What's up?
Chris could not be here tonight. He had a work thing that he had to go and be at work on a Sunday night. So he's worked, I guess, technically he's worked 7 days this past, or, well, he's like on a 7-day run.
Yeah.
No, he gets Thursday off. I take that back.
Does he get Thursday off?
I'm pretty sure he gets Thursday off. Thursday and Sunday.
The Lord's days.
And he chooses to spend that Sunday with us, usually. Poor bastard.
Nobody said he was smart.
Poor bastard.
So today we're going to be reviewing a documentary of Trey's choosing called Drunk, Stoned, Brilliant, Dead. It is the behind-the-scenes story of the National Lampoon magazine.
Correct.
And kind of going into, it's just a history,
The foundation
basically.
of National Lampoon.
Yeah. But, of course, before we get to that, we'll tell a little bit about our weeks. So, I guess, Trey, you want to start, and then I'll go, and then Tucker?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go on ahead then, buddy.
Any death threats this week?
No, but we bought a house.
Yay!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm no longer homeless, so fuck y'all.
No, hold on.
No, no.
You're still living
Did you close on it yet?
Yes.
Yeah, they closed this week.
We own it. I have a key to it. So
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
But he's still technically living at his parents' house.
it's true.
For now.
while we're fixing it up, yes. But I
How,
have a
how
swimming
long
pool.
is that going to take?
Like a month to get somebody out to do the floors and painting.
I got you. Well, look,
What is ripping up carpet and stuff?
I hate to offer this. God knows I fucking hate it. But if you need help moving, Steven has a truck. Call him.
That's good because I didn't ask y'all last time. So Whitney said, "Will those assholes help?" And I said they probably will.
Yeah, I'll help you, buddy.
Thank you, Steven.
I feel like my back's going out.
That's all right.
So-
That's all right. We'll give you a little bit shit.
Okay. So
He
what
basically needs you for your truck.
I'm really wondering about is when Tucker's going to do the polar plunge in your pool.
It's actually clean. There's no green fungi.
I say we all do it.
Even better, you'll get to keep what little hair you have.
I say we all do it. I will do it if y'all will.
I'm not doing a polar plunge. That's dumb.
I see. There's a rule amongst men you never enter by the steps, but I feel like Steven would enter by the steps.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I'm going off the diving board if we do it.
I don't have a diving board.
Damn it. Fine, I'm jumping in the deep end.
Okay.
You going to do it with me? Polar plunge?
I'll jump in. Fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll record it.
Okay.
No. One of the wives will record it, and you're going to jump in too.
I don't know about all that.
You have 2 choices. You can jump in of your own volition, or
Shit, fuck
you can
that.
get thrown in.
Then I'm just not coming. Trey, you got anything else to add? Congrats again on the house.
Thank you.
Yeah. They hadn't arrested that guy yet?
Nah.
Think they will?
Eventually.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably through sheer accident.
Traffic stop.
That's how it always happens,
Probably
isn't it?
not even.
Cool. All right. My week was fairly innocuous. Nothing really crazy happened. It's just been...
Were you saving it innocuous? I bet you can't spell it.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Not an English major, though. It's not what I'm here for. But no, it was just a meh week. Not a whole lot going on. I did get a call today from the house that I'm remodeling for the owners. The mom called me today and was like, "Hey, I just went by the house and the back door was standing wide open with the heat on, and there's some car in the driveway." And I'm like, no idea what's going on there. So luckily she went back over there with her brother and they went through the house. No one was there and locked everything up. So I don't know. It was weird. I thought it might be squatters. I don't know.
It's not
Very
a great
strange.
look either way.
No. Well, I told her, I said, I've left the back door unlocked because it's easier I've got people coming and going all the time, flooring people, cabinets, and all that stuff. I said, it's easier just to leave the back door unlocked than in and out. No one's, whatever. But it's off of Sanford. It's on a busy road. But, and she understood that. So because you don't have to worry about getting keys in and out to people. So,
Yeah.
But, no, nothing really else going on. I'm trying to think, did we do anything? God bless. I feel like there was something, but I don't know.
You had a Christmas party.
We did have our office Christmas party Friday night. Thank you. And it was fun. And then we have our family and friends, obviously, Christmas party next Saturday that y'all are all coming to.
Maybe.
That's fair. But beyond that,
Most likely.
yeah, nothing else to do on a Saturday night. So,
So the Dirty Santa, how dirty are we getting?
I mean, there'll be kids there.
I don't give a shit.
I mean, I
know you don't
took a book on Kama Sutra to Christmas party last night.
Yeah, like my kid's too young to know. He won't be scarred yet.
It's all the other kids we have to worry about.
Half of them are probably not going to end up okay anyways.
No, I called Steven when I bought that book, and I was like, hey, he had me on speakerphone in his truck, which is never a good idea. But
Usually whenever he calls, I answer the phone and I'll say speaker. I don't say what's up, and I'm like, speaker, you're on speaker.
so he answered, and I'm talking. I hear Abby in the background, and I was like, hey, take me off speaker.
Yeah, that was not a conversation I'd want to have with him.
Because here's the thing. As much as I like to fuck with him and say mildly inappropriate stuff around Abby to make her ask questions or to have her repeat it to somebody that she shouldn't, because it's fun for me.
Yeah.
I really don't want an 8-year-old asking about what the fuck the Kama Sutra is.
I would. It'd be like it's a picture book.
It is.
And I would just leave it at that.
It's a picture book, an adult picture book.
Your dad has one. It's in his drawer.
It's in the top of the closet. Thank you very much.
Oh, so neither you or Ashley can get to it.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Trey.
He's not arguing with you.
That's from me and Al.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Speaking of Al,
Yeah.
big news about us possibly getting our passes.
Oh, well, I was going to get to that in the emails, but yeah, not
right,
to.
fine,
Well,
fine. No,
that's
fuck
fine.
it.
I
Fuck
mean,
it.
Just steal his fucking thunder, why don't you?
well,
I'm excited. I get to ask inappropriate questions to famous people.
maybe it depends. I don't know. That's the thing. Okay. So I mentioned this a couple months ago that we're going to Letterkenny Live in February, and I emailed the venue and I emailed New Metric Media, who produces Letterkenny and the tour and everything, and I was like, hey, I'm a podcast host. We do a podcast on the experiences. We want to do the experience of the Letterkenny Live at the Fox Theater. What do I need to do to get media passes? And so they told me, I had to create a sheet with some information on it, blah, blah, blah. Hey, $20 is $20. So anyways, so I sent it to them and I didn't hear anything the girl said, do this and we'll see what we can do. She said, check back at the end of the year. So I checked back I checked back like a month ago, and I didn't hear anything. And I started emailing a bunch of different people trying to get back. And then I got an email back. Actually, it was this past week. So I guess this did happen this week for me on Wednesday. And all it said is, "Hi, Stephen. Thank you for your patience. Currently working on getting you squared away now. We'll be in touch."
Awesome.
So I don't know if that means they never asked how many. I never specified. I said that we're a podcast with 4 dudes. It's on our one sheet that there are 4 guys.
So they might actually listen to an episode.
I'm wondering.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
Maybe it'll be Sandlot.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
I still think that would even be questionable. But yeah, so that I don't know. It might be 1 that I get, so fuck y'all. It might be 4 for all of us. I don't know.
It better be for all of us.
Hang on. If he gets the only one, I say we all carpool up because it makes sense in Atlanta.
Leave his ass there?
Yep.
I like it.
Pulling a Chris move on me.
Oh, absolutely.
I will say this one other thing real fast, and I was thinking about saving it to the end of the episode, but it was kind of interesting. We were all texting earlier this week, and I was listening to an old episode of ours. I was listening to episode 29, which is the candy bar episode, and in that episode, you said that we were nearly at 4,000 downloads. That was 29 episodes. Okay, so this is what 49 at this point.
Yes.
So this past week on episode 48, we're at nearly 8,500 downloads. So we have doubled our amount of downloads in 19 episodes.
I like it.
So who got the new computer?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All that matters is that they're playing it.
I mean, I guess.
So I just
figured
want
it was one of us.
I say all that to say, and I see the map and everything, the heat map, and everywhere we get downloads, like all over the world, it's really cool. And I just thank you so much for, I don't know, continuing to give us to listen.
An hour and a half of your time every week.
Yeah, well, and just it makes me feel good to know there are people just all over the world listening to us, and that makes it exciting for me to do this.
Is that
Why are
a
you-
tier?
A little bit.
Okay.
Why are you assholes listening to us? Literally, go watch 3 bums hang out in a Walmart parking lot.
How sad is their life? Tucker, how was your week?
Nobody gives a shit.
Learn how to fucking drive.
It was good. Went to New Orleans for some training. The training was pretty decent.
Great.
Fandale. That never gets old.
Really? It doesn't?
No, it does not. All right, New Orleans.
Yeah. Training was pretty good.
Okay, USA.
Fuck you.
Okay, I'm going to stop. I swear to God, I'm going to stop.
Training. Yeah, training was good. Food was really good. But I will say this: y'all both been to New Orleans before, right? I know you have because you almost got arrested by a paramedic. We learned that last week.
Yes.
You've been to New Orleans, right?
Yeah, spring break, 2004, right before that big hurricane.
So y'all know where Canal Street
Ida?
is, right?
No. Katrina.
Nah, not that one.
Y'all know where Canal Street is, right? It's the
Yes.
main road that kind of runs.
The one that smells like piss? Yeah. Fucking no.
Yeah. So if you don't remember, it's a little 3-lane, or it's a little 6-lane road, has a train track in the middle for the trolley.
Yeah, I know exactly what
and
you're
there's a
talking
little
about now.
platform on each side. Well, first of all, New Orleans smells like
Vomit and piss.
piss and weed, and there's homeless people everywhere, and
We are strong people.
it didn't occur to me just how much people don't pay attention to these homeless people until we were leaving. Because we were pulling out of the hotel, and
Like a chimpanzee.
there was a guy that was laying on the little platform where the train is. He was laying on the ground, had a blanket pulled up over his head. You couldn't see anything about him. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I realized I saw that guy there, the same place, hadn't moved from the day before. And I mentioned it to my partner, and he was like, I'm pretty sure he was there when we got here on Monday.
You talking about your domestic partner?
And my coworker
Same sex
asked,
domestic partner?
It's okay.
and I got to thinking about it, I was like, that guy might be dead. He hasn't moved in 4 fucking days. And you're not going to smell decomposition because the city smells like shit anyway.
So did you poke him?
Oh, we kept on driving. That's somebody else's problem.
Jesus Christ.
And what were you down there studying?
We were down there for,
Jiu-jitsu.
no, we were down there for sex offender registration classes.
So you know how to become a sex offender now? Good job.
I know how to register when you become one.
It's not going to be me. It's going to be him.
That's true.
I'm pretty careful. I always ask how old they are first.
Just clean up afterwards.
They can lie to you and you're still getting in trouble for it.
Yeah, but I mean, if I ask them and like the face doesn't match the age that I get, you can't tell me 47 and you look 18. Like, something ain't right.
And you see
What
ID
if
on
she
that
says?
one?
What if she says 19 and she's 15? You're fucked,
Well, no.
Not only
she'd
him.
be fucked.
and then you're fucked.
No, I love my
man.
wife.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
She
your
always
wife
says,
also.
she always says, like I never mentioned her on the podcast, I love you. I would never do that.
Hey, that's not
Why are
true.
you winking at
you
me?
You call her a saint all the time.
That's
Yes,
true.
And she always says, like, I never talk about her and Huck. So, there you go.
Ashley complains sometimes also, but I'm like, you don't even listen. How do you even know? Well, they tell me. Well, don't fucking listen to them. All right. So, okay. Oh, fan mail. Yeah, let's go on the fan mail.
Are you ready for the
Fan mail. All righty. So, already read one, obviously, from the Fox Theater. So, hopefully, I'll hear something this week or in the next couple of weeks about media credentials. I only got one other email, and this one's I got another "Would you rather" from Marcus.
Okay.
So,
I'm in.
okay. Oh my God, this is fucking terrible. Okay, would you rather give birth through your penis, or that everyone in your family and friends only think that you are a rapist? Jesus.
I will take rapist all day long.
Wait, they think you are, or they know you are?
It says think.
Well, that's not confirmed, so I'm going to go with B.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I'm not shoving something the size of a watermelon out through my.
As someone who has kidney stones, like it's already bad enough. Like, if it gets bigger, like it's a problem.
Oh man, have you seen those? Man, I don't even know who draws them. There's these weird cartoons I see every once in a while on Facebook, and it's like there's one where it's a guy who gives birth through his penis. It's really weird, and they're like pencil drawings almost. There's another one I saw where it's a guy. He has like dick where his eyes are, and he meets a woman who has vaginas where her eyes are, and like
Gives a whole new meaning to fucking your face.
I know, right? It's a really weird. I'll have to find it and show y'all some pictures of it. So.
I really don't care either way.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. In the last episode, you talked about things you eat. The most exotic for me was roasted crickets. Marcus is eating roasted crickets. I guess that's when the soup line's too long.
Trey, would you eat roasted crickets?
No. Would you like to know what my most exotic food is?
Chicken McNuggets.
Conch.
Conch. Like
fried conch.
oh, yeah. So, like a conch
I've
shell.
had that before.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually had that. I would.
Yeah.
He said, one common thing here that is so fucking delicious is horse sausage. Yes, horse sausage.
Makes sense. Alistair Overeem, had the tainted horse meat.
Makes sense.
And then Steven, hey, fuck you for censoring me. Hope the trolls rape you. Haha, JK, what is the big deal? I only make bad joke. Mother, Incubus demands satisfaction. Woo, y'all need Whipple. Did you listen to this week's episode?
Hell's Angels?
No. It was the 2 weeks ago. Time Suck, the opioid epidemic episode. And he did Whipple Chill.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it? It's hilarious.
I haven't listened in like 6 months.
Really?
What?
It feels like 6 months.
You've got like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, but I listen to like some other stuff right now.
That's fair. Whatever. You're missing out. That was a good one.
That was a very good one.
And he did a really, really long, hilarious thing about Whipple Chill. It was funny.
You know, if you drive back and forth every day, you could knock out a bunch of podcasts.
It's true.
I did that, and that was miserable because my day doesn't get shortened by the drives. Like, I have to go put in 12 hours regardless.
Yeah. Other than that, the only thing I want to say is, our Twitter DM group, it's still popping off. Yeah.
There's 6 of us.
It's not. No, there's like 8 now.
Don't church it up. I'm 2 of them.
It's not the point. But it's fun. There's always chatter and stuff like that. So if you want to join the Twitter DM group, you can do so. You just go to our Twitter page, which is at the _guys_review. Like the tweet at the top of the page, and we'll pop you in the Twitter group.
Or you can go down to your local sex offender registration location, get in a group chat with some of those fellas, and I'm sure it's about as interesting.
It probably is. Thanks. All right. So moving on into the movie. Good to go for the documentary. Excuse me.
What did we watch?
I don't know. You chose it.
Okay.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Technically.
All right.
That's what I watched.
Drunk, Stoned, Brilliant, Dead. It is directed by Douglas Triola. He also he's directed and produced a whole bunch of documentaries. Starring, I guess you could say, quote unquote.
Yeah.
It's got. I just took a bunch of names real fast. Chevy Chase, John Landis, Judd Apatow, Kevin Bacon, Tim Matheson, John Goodman, Billy Bob Thornton, and Meatloaf. It was released on January 15th, 2015. There was no budget info. This is funny. According to thenumbers.com, it had a domestic box office haul of $62,684 in 2015, which is
It probably didn't cost $5,000 to make.
which is $73,509 in 2021. So
It's fair.
yeah, it was a Tribeca. It was at the Tribeca Film Festival up in New York. It was, I think, the premiere. But it's all domestic. So anyways, ratings. IMDb has it at 7.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has 88%. Metacritic 74. And Google users.
88.
89.
Ooh, 86.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yep, it went over.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right. This first time I saw it was today.
Yeah.
What,
Same.
you said this is one of your favorite documentaries.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you saw it?
Oh, about 6 months ago.
Really? Okay. Any particular reason why? Just like National Lampoon?
No, I mean, it was just like on, and interesting subject, as I do like the movies.
Did you read the magazine when you were growing up as a kid?
No, Lampoon wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't want to get ahead, but yeah. I mean, well, it was
98 was
98
the last,
was the last year.
publication.
Yeah, I mean, like
So
it really wasn't a thing. Like it wasn't like on shelves anywhere
Yeah.
I went.
not that I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't even like Mad Magazine as a kid.
I didn't either.
Personally.
No.
So
Fucking creepy ass ginger on
Yeah.
the cover.
with the gap tooth and everything in the ears. So yeah, 6 months ago for you, and then
Yeah, I started it last night and finished it today.
yeah, sounds about right. Okay. Going in the movie, it starts with an intro warning about explicit sexual content and John Belushi welcoming us to the National Lampoon Radio into a skit about religious jokes and a montage of National Lampoon covers. Billy Bob Thornton talks about how the first issue spoke to him, and Judd Apatow speaks about how he wanted to be like those guys. John Goodman said they were just having fun. Kevin Bacon said he looked for the magazines simply for the boobs, which is fair.
It's fair.
Yeah.
The cartoonishly overdrawn boobs.
Yes, but I mean, some of them, they were actual, and the actual
photos,
boobs.
yeah.
Yeah. More quick cuts to different celebrities talking about how awesome and ingrained and the National Lampoon is in the American zeitgeist. I can spell that because it's already spelled out.
Did you spell it right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I still think if you were reading it, you couldn't spell it correctly.
I'm not looking at it, and I think I can spell it right.
Go for it.
Zeistgeist.
No.
Nope.
Wait,
T.
Zeeit. Damn it, I added an S in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
As soon as I said that.
Geist.
Yeah.
John Landis explains how and why 17s to 20s are the best years of our lives, and how it started out as the Harvard Lampoon. Oh, sorry. Some of the early writers included Fred Gwynn. Doug Kinney was a founder and performer who wanted to write as well. Henry Beard is his opposite, very smart, mysterious, and elusive. The editor of Mademoiselle magazine saw a parody of the Lampoon and offered them $7,000 for them to do one for her magazine. And then also, I think, as I understood this, she offered to do like a free magazine for them.
No, like they could put like their subscription
Yeah.
card like,
into
in there.
the Mademoiselle.
Yeah, so
Okay,
like everybody
okay.
that liked it subscribed. And
Got it. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. Yeah, misunderstood that part. They did parodies of Time, Life, and even Playboy and thought they could do a real magazine. So then Chevy Chase talks about how in your 20s, everything seems possible. They go to New York, and they were basically laughed out of most of the office until, was it 21st Century Publishers? I think that's what it was.
Probably.
They didn't put it on the screen. They just said it very fastly.
Yeah.
They made a deal that in 5 years, there was going to be a forced buyout that could mean the publishers would owe them a lot of money, and they started the National Lampoon. Their first hire was Michael O'Donoghue, who was not from Harvard, but from Buffalo, New York. He set the tone more than anything, being very outrageous. Tony Hendra, a British comedian, Sean Kelly, a Canadian school teacher who wanted to come to New York and write for the Lampoon as well, Annie Betts, Brian, McCanchi? McConaughey? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it. They talk about Cloud Art Studios, the early issues that were very messy and had like a weird duck on the cover. After 7 issues, they ended up dumping Cloud, and Michael Gross was brought in as art director against Doug's will. They had one discussion about how to empower the parody, and Doug changed his mind about Michael, and the direction of the whole magazine then changed. They started making parodies that looked very similar to the originals. So, it's a fun intro. I have to admit, I think John Landis is absolutely right when he said that, your late high school through college are the best years of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you think you're invincible. You have zero responsibility.
You have the maximum amount of freedom that you're ever going to have,
Yep.
and basically the least amount of responsibility you're ever going to have.
Yep.
Feed yourself and go to class.
And drink. And get laid.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't do like half of that. I didn't go to class.
Well, you obviously fed yourself.
It's fair.
And you drank.
Oh, shit. Yeah. God.
So let me ask you this, because this whole magazine is about, well, I mean, it's drinking and sex and drugs and making fun of everything.
Mm-hmm.
What is the drunkest you think you've ever been?
Oh, fuck.
Hotel floor in New Orleans.
When I was almost arrested.
Yeah.
By a paramedic. Before that. Okay, so give me the time. Give me your second most drunkest time then.
Like, here's the thing. When I drink, I don't like to get too out of control.
Mm-hmm.
But when I ever do cross that line and, like, I'm on the bed and it's spinning.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Like, you're sitting there holding on to the bed. You got a foot on the floor. It's
Yeah.
like,
Hand on the wall.
yep. And you're still spinning.
I went to a friend's house one night, and we call it I think it was the night of 24 beers or something like that. Like, we each drank
A case of beer.
a case of beer.
Nice.
I think
That's your drunkest?
I would, yeah, kind of. I just remember, like, I remember going to bed, and this is so stupid. I knew I was going to throw up. It just was going to happen. We'd been up all fucking night. It was like 6 a.m, going to bed. And it was just me and him. It's not like we weren't at a party. We didn't go to a bar. I went to his house in LaGrange. And just, yeah,
Were
I
you
know.
in college?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was supposed to, I had class that, I don't know, I went over like on a Wednesday. And we got super fucking hammered on a Wednesday night. I had class on Thursday. I had like a 2:30 class, and I
Jesus.
slept through it. But
That's great.
as I was going to bed, I was looking for something to puke in. No, I was going to puke. And the only thing I could find, I found one of those paper grocery bags. And that's what I was going to take with me. And I found that acceptable at the time. Luckily he saw me and was like, dude, what's that for? I was like, in case I puke. And he's like, no. Here's a
trash can.
Yeah, here's a bucket or whatever. So it was used.
It's good looking out for you, though.
I would say that was pretty high on the list, but I would also say I think one of the worst times though ever was when, see, the thing is I got roofied at what's it called? Supper Club.
It didn't really count.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's not
I mean, I literally passed out. I've never done that. I passed out
Yeah, but
at
you-
Supper
But how many,
Club.
But you didn't
how many
pass out.
drinks were you?
2.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
You weren't even drunk.
So
You were drugged. There's a difference.
yeah, I know. It felt like it though. It felt terrible.
Yeah.
Glad it was me, not the girl though.
What about yours, Tucker? When was the drunkest you've ever been on duty?
What's today?
No, my drunkest was probably the night. That's going to go a little inside here, but for the Auburn folks that listen to this, the night Buffalo's American Girl closed down.
Yeah,
were you
that's not
there that
surprising.
night?
No.
Yeah, they were doing $20 at the door, all you could drink, and I went in with like $60 and I knew it was their last. I was friends with most of them. I was like, "Here's $60. Let's keep the rest as a tip," because they were going to split all the money.
Right. You're talking for the bartenders.
Well, all the cooks, the wait staff, everything. They were tip sharing that night.
Because they were not aware of it until they showed up.
They went in that night and were told, "Hey, by the way,
Tonight's the last night.
you guys are unemployed at closing time," which was like 5 a.m.
I heard stories, man. I was unfortunately in Tennessee visiting my dad, but I mean,
well, I went to the bar, and the first thing I ordered was 2 Irish car bombs and a beer, and back-to-back Irish car bombs, and that started off a long ass night. The last thing I remember was one of the cooks, and I can't remember which one it was. He was walking around in nothing but his boxers and a cook's apron with a bottle of gin, and he was passing out just dry shots of gin to everybody. Like he would walk up to you with a bottle, and you'd open your mouth, and he just poured fucking straight gin in there.
oh, I would not open my mouth for that.
As a veteran of this story, I have to ask, did you take anything with you that night that might have belonged to the restaurant?
So you got to understand, there's
Yes.
two
The
two
answer is
Tuckers.
yes.
There's sober Tucker that would never ever steal, that does not condone any kind of unlawful activity, and then there's drunk college Tucker that did not give a shit.
Okay.
So
what'd you take?
it is possible that some pictures on the wall were ripped out by the drywall hooks and put in my
God.
truck or put in my car.
That's awesome. I may
And some neon signs.
I may or may not have a piece of sneeze glass from Jimmy John's. and I
I've
may or,
heard the story.
Jimmy John's didn't close.
I never said they were closed. And I may or may not be the reason why they glue them in now. At least in Auburn.
Sneeze guard.
Yeah, the glass.
Jimmy John's,
Yeah, the
okay.
glass, that's like right there, and it's got the Jimmy John's engraving on it and everything.
Okay.
Do you still have said glass? Mm-hmm. Okay. Look, college was a wild time,
I've
man.
been to your home. Like, it's not out and just
No,
like,
no,
in
it's
like a
out in the
celebrated
shed.
area.
It's out. No, because Ashley won't let me put it out.
You should frame that shit and put it somewhere.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
used-
I'd have it like a display case.
My favorite was I lived in an apartment at the time when I thieved that and took it back to my house. I really and honestly, the funny thing is I didn't remember it until the next day. Like I woke up and and there it is. It's sitting long. It's a rectangle. It's sitting long ways against my dresser, and I go, "What the fuck did I do last night?" Like I did not remember taking it. And the worst part is I drove home. But and I finally, after talking with some friends I was with, we kind of pieced together what I did, and we were at Buffalo's. It was actually Valentine's night. We had a friend that was working. He was the manager at Jimmy John's, so we are going to go over to Jimmy John's to get some free food. And at some point, I just lifted it up and walked out the back door.
So here's my question, just because
And we'd have delivery. We'd have Jimmy John's deliver. And that I put that. We took it when I woke up the next day. I put it in our office, in our
Living room?
apartment, in our living room. And I remember Jimmy
here's my
Jimmy
question.
John's delivering these one. I was like,
Here's my question. You got, it's a sandwich shop, and there's a couple of employees, maybe 3 back there, making sandwiches at, I'm assuming, 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
probably 2:30. It was after
Okay.
the bar shut down.
But they had to see him walk in with the manager.
They also had to see him lift that piece of glass up. I'm only assuming that it was wintertime, because I'm just picturing Steven like,
No, it was February.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. So it could have been chilly.
So yeah, very conspicuously opening up his coat, sliding it in there, thinking he's being all slick, and then walking out the back door with it.
I know
see
that,
that.
I found out later.
Probably
that
because he had the duster.
no,
Oh, he wasn't.
wearing the trench coat.
He was. This is going to sound really bad because it's a compliment to Steven. He was too cool for the duster in college.
Ooh. Really?
I was pretty smooth.
Here's the thing. I know where you worked in college, and I had drinks at this place.
At the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean,
I didn't work there at night. I only worked there during the day.
yeah, but like,
Never did the night shift.
no, I mean, like, not Mama G's, but I'm talking about, like, over at Roosters.
Oh,
thought you worked there.
No, not in college. Well, that's strange.
We going?
You look confused.
Yeah, well, we had to stop because Tucker had a call. Now I'm looking. It's got a second.
Yeah, it always does that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Cool.
All right. But yeah.
You're talking about where you thought I worked, but yeah, I
Yeah.
did not work there.
Okay, because I worked at Mama G's for all of like 2 weeks in college.
Surprised you made it that long.
Well, I was just doing it because I was failing all my classes and had to explain to my mom why I did not do well.
So you got a job so you could lie to your mom about why you were failing your classes.
Yeah, because I failed my finals because I had this job. I was being responsible.
And working and not studying.
You're such a bad person.
No, but what we found out I did is it was one of the pieces of glass. Like if you go in the Mama G's in downtown Auburn, you got the counter right there, and it's like an L shape.
Yeah.
So the long part of the L towards the back, because there's a back door. So apparently I took out the last piece of glass at the very end of the counter.
No, it's Jimmy John's, not Mama G's.
Or yeah, Jimmy John's. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I took out the last piece out and I guess I just took a beeline out the back door.
I still can't see you being very smooth at 2:30 in the morning, drunk off your ass.
I don't think being smooth ever.
That's a fair point.
I was fucking like in like Flint over there. I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfect. Perfect crime. I do vaguely remember because I walked through where Buffalo's was. I walked across the street and there was a cop. And so I did one of these, like I just kind of turned to put my back to him and just like walked across the
Which
street.
is
like, looked
not
so
suspicious
stupid.
at all.
Yeah, totally inconspicuous. Yeah, totally. Not doing anything weird over here, officer.
Yeah, but if they can't see the glass, then you're fine.
I was just holding it like right here up to my chest, close.
No, in my mind, you still have the duster on.
No. All right. Okay, back to the documentary.
I would like to know what Chris has stolen.
Chris would have been great for this one right here. This part for sure.
Yes.
So y'all never read National. I didn't realize how sexual the magazine was from all the images they were showing. By the way,
Yeah.
They showed a ton of boobs.
there's a
on that.
ton of boobs in this.
And this was
documentary.
back in the
70s.
70s.
Yeah, the first. I don't want to give away all my trivia. First issue was April.
April 1970.
Yep.
All right, Tucker, get off Wikipedia so we can have some trivia.
No.
All right, so they talk about everyone smoking weed, late dinners, lots of beers. They would get drunk, go home, sleep, get up, and write a piece. Doug was the one who had the most ideas, and he pushed the envelope, writing the letters column each month in about an hour. If someone brought an idea to Henry, he'd say tempting, which could be a good or a bad thing. They looted all the culture from 1945 to 1970 that hadn't been done before. The Vietnamese baby book. Doug came up with the photo funnies because he felt the audience identifies with the editors. The dog with a pistol to its head was a huge hit. They found a bunch of famous artists that had rejected art, and they would bring it to the Lampoon, and to be what you want to be and not edit them.
Is the name of the dog in your trivia?
No.
Okay, it's Cheeseface.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Didn't get that. They were losing money, though, with no advertising. Jared Taylor came in to sell advertising. Jose Cuervo was the first major advertiser, and the others quickly followed. Billy Bob Thornton talks about realizing you can tell the truth through humor, and the biggest circulation they ever had was 1 million copies, and they estimate about 12 million readers. They were number 1 on college campuses and number 2 on magazine racks behind Cosmopolitan. Then Doug left/disappeared. He left Henry a note saying that he was done and he was leaving. Next, they talk about doing the album Radio Dinner. It was successful and got nominated for a Grammy. They discussed Doug leaving and having a nervous breakdown/midlife crisis, and Tony went to see him, but he was not doing well. He had written 1.5 chapters into his novel, so further than Trey has gotten on his novel.
Fair point.
Yep. Okay.
How far are you in that novel now?
Page 2.
What's the name of it again?
The first, by the way,
Hendrick's story in a Rob's life.
Page 1 is
It's
just
the
a title
title.
page. So they decided to do another album. This is where they find John Belushi. Chevy Chase talks about a urinal bit and how they were holding themselves, which I thought was actually
That
pretty,
was hilarious.
That was
But, I
pretty
mean,
brilliant.
I have seen a lot of the old SNL stuff, and this.
Yeah. Well, this
we'll
wasn't
get
even
into-
SNL. This
I know,
was-
I
This is
know.
Lemmings.
Yeah.
But we'll get into some of that later.
Yeah.
John Belushi, man, he made some of those earlier
Oh, yeah.
SNLs what they were.
Yep. But he started. I mean, what was the company out of Chicago?
Second sit.
Second City.
Yeah.
And that's where all these guys came from. Chicago,
much,
Second
yeah.
City. Yeah. The album became a 4-day show with lots of drugs. Henry was working 100 hours a week, and Doug came back very humbled. People were very mad at him for leaving, and his novel wasn't even very good, so he literally tossed it out the window. So this little bit here talking about, it's not surprising, but it is kind of surprising to think about like them smoking weed and drinking like at work.
Dude, this was the 70s.
I know, but it sounds more like Mad Men, but it's obviously more debauched than what Mad Men was.
yeah.
By a lot.
It's weird how much that's. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that's changed.
Well, you look at how much they were pushing the envelope back then. They're gonna be doing crazy shit in the office.
Yeah,
Just you're not gonna. Your mind is not gonna be wired to think of the shit they came up with if you're sitting there drinking coffee, wearing a suit and tie to work.
yeah, but I don't feel like doing like when I'm drinking. I don't. That's just. I don't smoke, obviously.
Yeah, but you're also not mixing your beer between rails of cocaine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they were doing coke at this point yet.
I'm sure they were.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, more than likely. I'm
pretty sure they were.
They just didn't. They didn't say so in the documentary.
Yeah, they did. They talked about how somebody would come and like ask for like money for marijuana for the Second City actors,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. And they go and buy coke with it because
Go buy
anyone can
go
get
buy their own marijuana.
anybody can get marijuana. Have you? This is kind of a weird question. Have you ever bought drugs?
Yep.
Like legit, like drugs?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
What did you buy?
I bought shrooms, LSD, coke
You've done coke?
once.
Jesus.
Oof. I've never done it.
Yeah, it was fucking seedy too, man. Like, so
Well, no shit. You're buying coke from a coke dealer.
No. First freshman year, hanging out with my neighbors in the building who are in like the top right corner, and like Nick worked at Hamilton's as a cook and very personable. Like everybody wanted to be around Nick, so he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm going over here." Then my little brother in fraternity, who's now a pilot at a major company.
Which
yeah,
one?
John.
Which one?
Nah, you know, one of them.
That one.
Yeah,
Wait, is it Delta?
it's one of
No.
them. It's one of them.
Is it Delta?
It's one of them.
You don't have to
Is
say.
it American?
Yeah.
Tell us all.
I'm
Tell us
not-
all. Tell us
yeah.
all.
So, you know, he's down to hang out with like Nick. So he's like, all right, I'll fucking tag along. So we go over there. We go to a guy. I've met him once. His name is Catfish. he's from St. Louis.
That's not even a good drug dealer name.
No,
that's never good.
Well, he's from Missouri because my little brother's from St. Louis. So they strike it up, whatever. He buy some coke because that's what Nick does. That Nick's a fun guy. So it's
That's how you have a good time.
So I was like, fuck it. And like, you want some? I was like, sure. How
So you
much?
took a bump.
$20. $20 did the line.
A full line the first time you ever did it.
Yeah.
So what was it? What was it like?
Didn't do shit.
The thing about
Really?
the
Not
thing
for me.
about well, it probably wasn't. It was probably more baking soda.
I was going to
than it
say
was
baking
cocaine.
soda and sugar.
I don't know.
Well, but
Couldn't tell you.
the cocaine high only lasts a short amount of time anyway.
Really?
You're only high on it for, I think it's like 15 minutes before the high wears off.
Well, you mentioned a couple other drugs. So like I know you've done shrooms, LSD, but was this all the same night or these different
Nah,
instances?
Like,
No, he wouldn't be here telling us about it.
It's fair.
yeah, no, this is the shrooms and LSD, like later on in my college career. Bought those from a teacher now.
No kidding. He's a teacher now.
He's a history teacher now.
Oh, okay. Not a
Yeah.
teacher then.
Yeah.
That would have made the story that much better.
I one time tried to find some weed because I can't remember who I was with. We wanted to make pot brownies. Never had them. Never tried them. Still haven't to this point, to be honest with you.
But your dog has.
But my dog has. That's true. Yeah. But I called everyone I knew who smoked weed. I called them and I was like, "Hey, can you hook me up with some weed?" They're like, "Ah, "Man, I'm dry. I don't have any. Like my dealer doesn't have any right now." It was like a weed shortage
Yeah,
apparently. in Auburn.
there was a drought like my first 2 years in college.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this was like I don't know, 2005 maybe.
my
possible?
first 2 years
That
in
would have
college.
been about the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
As you were just like a year or two older than me.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't think about that.
I've never bought drugs. I've smoked weed a few times, but I've always been the bums. Hey, let me.
Yeah.
But this was back in college.
Why were you tapping your nose?
No idea.
But yeah, this was back in college, so it's been it's probably been 15 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been offered anything heavier more than that. I've never even really taken prescriptions that weren't even mine. So,
That's lame.
I know I'm boring.
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand. I have an older brother that had.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
and the times that I smoked weed, it wasn't that enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather go drink a beer.
I would too.
That was always my thing. I did have the opportunity to do cocaine one time.
but you did not take it?
Oh no. It was with
I wouldn't now.
it was
Maybe
with it was with a former
20 years ago.
It was a former bartender at Buffalo's American Grill, actually.
Oh, I think I know him. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A brief parody that turns into a.
So, are we still going to do the shrooms from the trailer park, though?
I mean, if Eric will ever get back to us, he's apparently. I saw him again just recently. And he said he hadn't been listening to the shitty Guys Review podcast. He's been listening to Time Suck.
Yeah, I kind of got him on Time Suck.
That's fair. I think it's a better podcast.
It is.
Who would disagree at this point?
Nobody.
Listening to Two Whales Fuck is probably a better podcast than us too.
What is it? Whales release like 100 gallons of semen? That's why the ocean's so salty? Okay. A brief parody turns into a special issue, the yearbook. Is that what it was called, or an anniversary?
I think it was called the yearbook,
Just a
the high
yearbook?
school yearbook.
Yeah.
Right?
It's about the just 18 different types of people in high school. Janice Hirsch is brought in to write, being the third woman on board. They describe Doug as the personality of the magazine. Michael had a feud with Tony because Tony slept with his girlfriend. Michael got the National Lampoon Radio Hour as a consolation prize. A cancellation brought John Belushi and the Second City crew in to record some more stuff. They go into the ethnic issues and how they were accused of sometimes being racist. Tony said the job of a satirist is to make people in power uncomfortable. The biggest lawsuit they ever had was for Volkswagen when they wrote an article about if Ted Kennedy would be president if he drove a Volkswagen. The growth of the magazine into having actors and musicians becoming more famous and more popular caused some strife. Michael quit over an argument about his girlfriend having a desk. Moving on, they discussed the National Lampoon show with many of the same people from the Radio Hour. Ivan Reitman, a director, talks about offering some direction to Bill Murray, and then Bill Murray showing him out of the studio, which I thought was a really great story. Mm-hmm. John Belushi was described as the director of the group and the rock and roll lifestyle of humor. They didn't keep John Belushi on retainer, though, and they lost him to Saturday Night Live, as they did many of the other writers and actors. They discussed how the wind was sucked out of their sails. Michael Gross leaves, the art director, and Peter Kleinman came in. Now the buyout comes back up, and they were owed $7.5 million. Henry left as soon as his check was cashed.
Which that was in the
75.
late 70s,
Mid 70s. It was they published in 70, so this would be.
So
75.
that's probably.
That's a lot of money.
30,
I should have done
30 million today.
I don't have the inflation calculator on me. Maddie, the publisher, didn't want to lose Doug and told him they were going to make a movie based on the yearbook edition, and that became Animal
You looking
House.
it up, Trey?
Yeah.
Okay.
PJ, I didn't get his last name, became the editor, and while the magazine became less highbrow, it was still very focused. They didn't speak about John Hughes writing for the Lampoon, which I was completely unaware of.
Yeah.
It's awesome, though. He was very darkly sexual. The publisher got a call from a studio exec saying that he loved the magazine and if they wanted to make a movie that he wanted to. They talked about how Animal House came to be, Doug being on set daily and needing to be there, having a good time and all the drugs.
Ooh,
How much is it?
$38.7 million.
38.7. So that's $7.5 million in 1975 is 38.7 now.
Yes.
That'd be a nice
Damn.
chunk of change.
Yeah, it would.
The movie, of course, became a hit, and then Doug goes to California to become a director and a producer and a rising star.
You would think that Henry Beard would have had a nicer house.
I mean, we only saw one room. It's a big fucking study.
Yeah.
No. I'm just assuming it'd be nicer.
I was surprised by Chevy Chase's house. I mean, it's just in front of a big window, but I don't know. I just thought had low ceilings. I know that's a weird thing, but
one of like 7 houses that he has.
that's
though,
probably true. That's probably his Vermont house.
But he also had an addiction problem too.
Yeah.
So
Which we get to.
yeah.
He
a
was
little bit.
also vastly he was one of the biggest stars of the 80s too.
So a lot of cocaine,
Lots
which is an
of
expensive drug.
It is an expensive drug, but I have a hard time believing Chevy Chase is hurting for money in any shape, form, or fashion.
Man, he was in that shitty show Community. Fuck you, Jack.
Well played.
Thank you.
Oh man,
Just for shits and giggles, Celebrity Net Worth has Chevy Chase at approximately $50 million, so he's not hurting.
15 or 50.
50.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but I'm sure he probably made so much more. Like he's probably really hurting. If you see
If-
Chevy
if-
Chase on the street, give him $5. He probably needs it.
If it weren't for the cocaine, it'd be 150 million.
Well, maybe, but if I had $50 million, I wouldn't be bitching.
I'd say this actually. I didn't realize the character that Doug played in Animal House.
Would you do anything for $50 million?
Oh, I'm sure he would.
There's a short list of things I wouldn't do.
Would you do anything for love, but you won't do that?
I mean, seriously, like, what are the 3 things you wouldn't do for $50 million?
No dead air.
Eat human shit.
Okay.
That's fair.
Which is ironic because you like to eat the butthole.
Suck a dick.
Really? $50 million?
I'm not taking a shot in the mouth for $50 million.
Man, I'd be all num on that shit.
And I'm also not taking a dick in the ass.
Really?
2 gay things.
So if for some reason some very peculiar man had $50 million and wanted to spend it on you, you wouldn't take it.
Not for those 3 things.
Depends on how big it is.
I'd get it sewn back up.
You could pay for it.
That's right.
That guy who owns that big house on the lake, if he offered, you know?
Nope.
Lies.
You can say what you want to.
I think you have to realize what $50 million would do.
I know exactly what $50 million would
I don't
do.
think you do because
I
there's no
know
way you turn it
There's
down.
literally nothing you could not do at that point.
You would eat human shit for $50 million.
I never said that part. I would actually. I think I'd rather suck a dick than eat human shit. To be honest with you, I never said to completion.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do.
Make that money.
$50 million.
$50 million.
Here's my thing. I'd probably do it for far less. That's scary.
Everybody has a price, and we know what Trace
It's
is.
true. It's true. My uncle said the same thing. Years ago he was like, everyone's got a price. You'll suck a dick for some money. It just depends on how much it is. Some people it'll be $10. Some people it'll be $50,000.
Yeah.
But
Which is still
at some
way
price
too
point,
generous
at some
for you to
price,
turn down.
Yeah, at some price point you will suck a dick.
I'd love to see that on the graph.
Was this your uncle that was the
Yeah,
picture guy?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe I need to do a Twitter poll this week. How much for you to suck a dick?
Your wife does it for free.
Oh, does she though? Trust me, I pay for it.
Yeah. It always costs.
It always costs. I did, one of the things, I wish they'd have gone more into some of this stuff. There's some of the stuff they kind of just breeze over real fast and it kind of gets a little choppy. The Volkswagen thing, did they actually get sued by them?
If you read into it, I don't think they really got sued.
They just thought they were going to.
No, the way Maddie said it was, he said it to put it out there so it sold more
issues.
Yeah.
And it did sell.
Yeah.
So apparently it was one of their highest selling issues.
Yeah.
So, and the dog cover one too.
That's fair.
Okay, moving on. Last little bit. They didn't turn into something about a disco beaver.
So this is talking about the Volkswagen thing. This is from. It's a good thing I have Wikipedia up, you dick. Let's see. The publication featured a fake Volkswagen, blah blah blah. The spoof was listed, blah blah blah.
Ted
According
Kennedy,
to
Chapo-
Mark Simonson's
This is
very
great, bud.
large National Lampoon site. If you buy a copy of this issue, you may find the ad is missing as a result of a lawsuit by Volkswagen over the ad for unauthorized use of their trademark.
Oh.
National Lampoon was forced to remove the page with razor blades, that's in parentheses, from any copies they still had in inventory, which from what I gather was about half of the first printing of about 250,000 copies and all subsequent reprints. So apparently they really did get sued.
Wow. See, I wish they'd gone into a little bit more on that. Just
No, I don't think they got sued. I think they got like a cease and desist or like fucking.
Well, that's the first part of a lawsuit. Because if you keep going, then you write a check
I
with
would
a lot
say
of zeros.
that it's not really part of a lawsuit. It's the threat you make before you file a lawsuit.
which I'm surprised we hadn't gotten one yet.
Well, we can't monetize, so
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, we're too small.
I know.
we're gonna have to start a Patreon.
I just don't know. I don't
Give
know.
us your money.
Yeah.
Record our pre-show.
Well, I mean, like seriously, like we need to do something because otherwise we'll never make money.
We need a new computer.
We'll never
so-
get a sponsor. We will never get a sponsor.
I'm not.
Mainly because of Chris.
mostly because of Chris.
Yes.
And because he's not here.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you and the outrageous shit that you say.
Like what?
I'm not going to
Like
repeat
we're not
any of it.
repeating any of it.
Well, then I guess
Like all the stuff that I've cut out and I've threatened you with.
picture or it didn't happen.
I don't have pictures. I just have recordings.
You were the only person that I've ever stopped a recording in mid-session, deleted the entire file, and
Yeah, I
made
don't
us
have that
start
one.
over.
I don't have that one.
I don't recall this happening.
That's a big surprise. They go into some of the new writers and discuss doing an article on Thurgood Marshall. They discuss, which was pretty funny. What was it? Because there's Thurgood Marshall writing about
Writing sexy or something.
writing sexy. They discussed the Doug. Oh, and Thurgood Marshall called the FBI on them.
Yeah.
They discussed the Doug Kinney movie Caddyshack, but that it was not a Lampoon movie,
It might as fucking well.
but
have
it
been.
was a Lampoon movie. Doug was depressed that Caddyshack wasn't as big as Animal House. The magazine was losing sales, and to sell more, they wanted more tits, and that every fifth or sixth issue was a sex issue. All the writers were getting picked off to Hollywood, and as the magazine failed, they discussed Doug doing a rail at 9 a.m. before a business meeting. There are people talking about Doug being a coke addict, Chevy Chase, and takes Doug to Hawaii to get away for a bit to decompress. Then, a couple of weeks later, Doug goes missing in Hawaii. He is found at the bottom of a canyon in 1980. Was it an accident, a suicide, or a drug deal gone wrong? What?
I just love what they say about it.
About, the
Like-
joke that you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, Harold Ramis said it.
He slipped while
Apparently.
looking for a higher place to jump from.
Yeah.
A better place,
A
yeah.
better
Better
place to
place.
jump from, yeah.
So going back to Caddyshack for a second, ESPN, that movie was described by ESPN as perhaps the funniest sports movie ever made. I mean, it's
I did not know. Apparently, it did not.
On initial release.
Yeah, initial release,
It
it
had a
didn't.
cult following later.
Yeah,
it,
I did
well,
not
it
know
had a
that.
budget of 4.8 million, but here's the thing: it was successful in the box office. Budget of 4.8 million, and it made 60 million at the box office. So
Yeah, but
not
go
bad.
back and look what Animal House made.
well, yeah, I get that, and that people were probably expecting it to be more like Animal House.
Yeah. They move into John Hughes doing Vacation, which is based on Vacation 58, a Lampoon article. They discuss the era as being the moldy bread era, and it's just a gross out, dark as you can get type of era. A baby in a blender, and so the Lampoon then lost most of its national sponsors. All the contributors reflect back on their years with the Lampoon as a magic type of club, and the people being important, making modern comedy. A photo montage and some people, someone sharing a story of Doug putting his dick in girls' ears at parties and how he's wanting to do that to Eleanor Roosevelt in heaven. Cut to black and the holiday road song from Vacation. End of documentary.
I thought the bit about sticking your dick in Eleanor Roosevelt's ear was pretty funny because it just makes you think he's got a needle dick. How else is he going to get the ear canal?
I think it's just like putting it on the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's actually,
But
putting it in the
it
canal.
also
And it's
ma-
probably not erect.
It also makes me wonder if that's where Family Guy got their whole ear sex
Yeah,
thing. You know?
very well could have been. I'll do the top 5 trivia, and then we'll move into ratings and reviews. Sound good?
Works for me.
Cool.
Yep.
Time for top 5 trivia. That's what I was trying to say.
Great job.
Yeah, you
Second
appreciate-
time.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll just cut the first one. No one will know, except for us talking about it now. Super impressive sound effect, right?
It's amazing.
Number 5, the first issue of, and this isn't really about the documentary. This is mostly about just National Lampoon because there wasn't any trivia about the documentary. So, first issue was April 1970, 51 years ago. Number 4, the final issue was on November of 1998, 23 years ago, issue number 249. Number 3, it was originally the Harvard Lampoon that was established in 1876 at Harvard.
That Fred Gwynn was a writer for.
Yes. Number 2 started the radio and eventually TV careers of Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, John Belushi, Gilda Radner, Harold Ramis, and more. And number 1, there is a 2018 film, A Futile and Stupid Gesture. It's called A Futile and Stupid Gesture, which is a biography of co-founder Douglas Kinney. And that he was only 33 years old when he died. Which I added that little bit because that's impressive.
To do all that shit before like where we are now in our lives. Think
I
about
mean, dude, I'm almost 40.
yeah.
And
He
you
did-
haven't done a tenth of the shit he's
No.
done.
And Chris is way older than that.
Chris is like
Chris probably
ancient.
wrote for National Lampoons.
The original one, the Harvard Lampoon, when
First episode.
when they founded it back in 1876. He just snuck in. He wasn't smart enough to get on campus. He just snuck in. They didn't know any better. He just wore the red scarf. But 33. I mean, he did Animal House and Caddyshack
Yep.
before. I mean, Jesus, that's
and if you-
impressive.
if you
That's like a
think-
10-year period.
If you think about it, without him, there might not have been an SNL.
No, probably not, or not in the way that we know it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had Chevy Chase and John Belushi and all the early, Gilda Radner, all those early cast members.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have had it the way we know it today, at the very least.
I mean, I guess technically he probably worked on the Lampoon, and let's call it what 13 years. He died at 33, so he started at 20 in college. You graduate at 22, so I mean all of this he did in 10 years.
Yeah. Plus, he took time off to write his book, so he wasn't
Yeah.
there the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
built National Lampoon's magazine, did Animal House in 10 years.
Well, he created the radio show. He.
It's working.
I mean,
the
good God,
capacity
just-
that his brain had to
Just
be at.
Google, go to Wikipedia.
Him and Henry.
Go to Wikipedia and look up National Lampoon. Don't type in any movie or anything like that. Just look up National Lampoon. Look at all the shit they've done.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and well, it's become they did the first, like, obviously they did Animal House. Originally, it was just Animal. They've added National Lampoons to a
Right.
lot of this stuff. And like you said, they should probably add it to Caddyshack, but whatever. Okay, time for rating and reviews. Trey, you go first.
I really like it. Give it a half beer.
Dang.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a
That's
solid
pretty high
documentary.
praise.
I mean, like you talk to the ones that are alive
Mm-hmm.
that you could get access to.
They had a couple. It was interesting seeing the vintage footage of like Doug talking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Anything else to add?
I really like it. I think great content.
Steven?
It was fun. Okay. It was fun. It was enjoyable, but like, I don't know. I mean, I love the movies. I've never read the magazine. If it were more focused on the movies, I think I'd find it more interesting. But it was entertaining. I'd probably give it 2, just because, I mean, not the most entertaining thing I've ever seen, but actually make it 2.5. 2.5 because I'd call it average.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. So here's my thing.
It's fun to watch. If you hadn't watched it, I would suggest seeing it though. Just for the I'm glad I know what I know now,
So,
but I probably wouldn't watch it again.
here's my thing about it. The way that it was filmed. Well, first, let me back up first. National Lampoon was obviously being published when I was still alive, but it was on the downslope
Yeah.
by the time I would have even realized it. And I didn't even realize that it was still being published in the 90s. I was honestly, when it finished publication, I was 13, maybe 14. So I was too young for it. I was never really a fan of Mad Magazine. And at 14, I did watch SNL, but I didn't know about the roots of it. So the whole stuff about the magazine, it was interesting. I did enjoy learning about it. I did not like the way that it was filmed. I thought that it was kind of choppy and hard to follow. And honestly, it had a hard time holding my interest.
It's not very connective.
Yeah. All in all, I liked the content, or I guess the sum of the whole thing, more than the actual movie itself.
That's fair. I agree with that.
That being said, I probably wouldn't watch it again after having seen it. I didn't like the way it was filmed. To me, this is probably a four beer documentary.
Dang. All right. So what we got?
I gotta get back to my calendar. Well, my phone turned
One
off.
job.
I know. It's
Jesus.
3.33 beers. Because if you take, no, hold on, shit. God
No,
damn it!
Go ahead.
Anytime. This is fun for people to listen to. All right.
Shut up! It's 2.33.
Okay.
Better than average.
So a little better than average. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so comes out to a review of 2.33 beers, which, whatever.
I mean, like I said, what you just said is kind of hit the nail on the head for me. I didn't necessarily enjoy the documentary, but I liked the information that I now have from it. You know, it just kind of feeds into, like you said, we said earlier, the American zeitgeist and just everything of what a lot of our pop culture is.
Yeah.
And this is a huge part of it.
I will say this: watching that documentary did inspire me to go watch Caddyshack afterwards.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you look at this, you have to realize it wasn't really our era when all this was happening.
No, you're right.
It's a historical documentary of sorts.
I mean, it was sponsored by the History Channel. The version I watched had a History Channel
I didn't see
logo
that.
at the beginning.
Because I saw it on Showtime or something.
Oh, no, okay.
First time I saw it.
No, I rented the one on iTunes, and it was.
They had a free version on something. I don't remember what it was.
I looked for it. I couldn't find a free one.
Yeah.
So I paid $4 for it.
Yeah, they had a free version. It was some one of those. They play commercials during it, but no big deal. Okay, Trey, you said last week you want us to reevaluate our top fives, correct?
I mean, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to do it this week or wait until Chris is here?
Well, do you want to?
Yeah, I think this is gonna make my top five.
Do you want to? So your top five
in no particular order.
It's weird. It's almost like the same thing we use for the top five trivia too. Strange, isn't it?
Huh.
It's a totally different sound, but sounds very similar.
It's a half a key off.
I mean, you know,
you have to have a very, very precise ear.
That's the type.
Just remember, if you're a drug dealer and you're half a key off, you're gonna lose a hand.
Yeah, at least a hand. No, that's just
depends on how many keys you got. If you got 1,000 keys and you're a half key off, they'll probably forgive you.
I don't think so.
I severely doubt it.
If you got 2 keys and you're a half key off, you're in a lot more trouble.
I'm just saying that the level of engineering and producing that I put into this better be appreciated.
I'm very glad you found the free music on whatever.
Yeah, nothing like some medieval horn sounds. All right, Trey.
Is that what you Googled?
I think it was something similar to that. Trey, your top five.
Medieval horns, and that's what he got.
In no particular, or I knew what I was looking for. It just took me a while to find it. Your top five in no particular order is Meatballs, Boondock Saints, Mail Order Brides, Sandlot, and Lone Survivor.
What about Meatballs?
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was your first one. I would almost call that number one, but whatever.
The order,
it's no particular order.
No, you have to put a fucking order on that.
I'll do it next week.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Okay, there we go.
All right. Tell me what they are again. What are my five?
Your top five?
Yeah.
Currently now?
Mm-hmm.
Drunk, Stone, Brilliant Dad, Boondock Saints, Order Brides, Sandlot, Lone Survivor.
All right. Sandlot 5, Lone Survivor 3, this one 4, and then leave the other two in that order.
Wait a minute. Lone Survivor was 3. So Boondock Saints number 1, Mail Order Brides number 2.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Look at that. That wasn't too difficult, was it?
Nah.
Well done. I'll put these in order after the show. Tucker, this is not going to make your top 5.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not going to make mine either. I doubt it. Well, Chris isn't here, so. Let's see. Oh, so next week is the week before Christmas. Mm-hmm. We hadn't really discussed what we're going to do for that, but I guess it's going to be, we'll have to choose. I'm leaning towards doing a Christmas movie for Christmas. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen
Die Hard.
It's his pick. Let him pick.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. So I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. So I'm thinking going traditional for that. But I'm considering. The other thing is, and I feel a little bad for doing this, but we're going to hijack, I think, the one after as well, after Christmas. Well, the one that will come out after Christmas. We're going to do a meet and greet. We're going to do a Zoom call meet and greet for any fans that are listening and want to come on. I'm going to put a link to a Zoom meeting in the chat in the chat group on Twitter. So if you want to get in on this, you got to get into the Twitter chat group, and we're gonna have to work on time and everything. I'm not sure. We might have to be during the week while you're gone, and you might have to Zoom in also.
Okay.
Because.
Or drive back that night and listen to Time Suck.
Yeah.
Probably
well,
not.
the thing is, I'm leaning towards a Wednesday night, just FYI, because Thursday I've got to work, and then we're going to be packing because we leave on Friday to go out of town for Christmas, and then I won't be back again until the next Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. So, leaning towards Wednesday night Zoom meeting for anyone and everyone who wants to come in the chat group, and if you don't want to get on Twitter and you want to be part of this, just shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to send you the link to the Zoom meeting, and anyone and everyone is welcome to. I'll probably put the link on our Facebook page too. So we'll hopefully get some interesting chaps and ladies, hopefully, to join us that night. You know,
I believe it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I think, and part of the reason I'm also...
It's going to be just us again because nobody fucking... Well, we may get Al. Fuck
I was
you,
going to
Al.
say, I talked to the guys on the produce stand last Friday night, and I think they said they would come on. That's part of the reason we're going to do it on Wednesday because they record Thursdays, and then I'll be gone Friday.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. That'll be kind of the end of the year wrap up. You know, just kind of a chit chat with friends. Anyone got anything else that they want to add?
Fuck you, Al.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. Okay. So you got Al twice, Jack once this time.
Did I even hit Jack? Did I hit Al?
Yeah, you hit it. I thought it was early.
No, I don't think I did.
I think it was just Jack.
Yeah, I hit Jack.
Just Jack. Sorry.
Yeah. But I got Al. I don't want to feel left out.
That's good. I'm sure he won't. I'm sure he's really excited to hear that.
He doesn't listen.
He says he does because he brings it up to me.
Yeah, but do you really trust a Portuguese Canadian? Sort of like a drug dealer. I don't know.
You think
Isn't that one and the same?
Hasn't you think he's ever been half a key off?
I don't know. I got to see if he's missing any fingers.
I've never seen his hand, so I honestly don't know. Tucker, you got anything you want to add?
Can you imagine getting a hand job by a person missing
Okay,
fingers?
so you can find us on the web. Actually, he can.
Yeah.
At least half a finger. You can find us on the website at theguysreview.simplecast.com. Email us anything and I will read it poorly at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, Instagram at theguysreviewpod, Twitter at @the_guysreview. And remember, like the tweet at the top of the page, meet and greet 2 weeks from Wednesday or a week from Wednesday. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod.
I don't think Steven would know a difference because Ashley's hands are so small.
It's possible.
Part of the reason I married her.
Well, I mean, whatever your criteria is. Making your dick look bigger, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
I got you.
That's exactly it.
That's why I hang out with second graders.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Okay, on that one.
Damn, dude.
Please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcast from. On behalf of Chris, Trey, and Tucker. Oh, Chris and I here, Trey and Tucker. My name is Steven. This has been another episode of The Guys Review. Thanks so much.